Hey everybody, welcome to the Dope and Tape Show. This is episode 135. This is recovery. This is probably, well, I would say without a doubt, the most important episode that we've ever had. A lot of us, just like any other blue collar industry, a lot of people struggle with alcoholism, drugs, and and as a man, we're not really encouraged to talk about that or to show our weakness or to try to get some help. This episode, we're going to talk about some of our stories and experiences with those things and how we kind of got sober and got past those bad times. I mean, everybody, I would say, I don't know if everybody, but a lot of guys that I've talked to in this industry have issues or had issues in the past, and I think it's something that very important that we need to talk about. If you could, please send this episode to some friends, to anybody who thinks that this is something that they should watch and hear. And yeah, that's what we're going to get into today. So welcome, Tommy, Kinko. Thank you, Chad, for coming to join us. Yeah, and Bobby's here too.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. That was good. Nice and slow like you usually do it. Everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. We really appreciate you, all the love and support. We feel it. We see you all. I see every single comment that comes through here. I don't know if Brian's paying attention to them all like I am, but I see them. And I know that there's a lot of people that are either on the verge of sobriety or they're already in it or whatever have you. I communicate with a lot of you guys on Instagram's my main platform, and I'm here for you. I'm here for your family or anybody that needs you. You can always reach out in my DMs. It's always open to anybody to talk about whatever you need. And just like Brian said, thank you guys
Absolutely,
for joining
me as
us.
well.
Whether you're fully sober or halfway sober or you have some issue against some certain substance, like the community supports all whatever's better for you. Like for me, like I really had to get rid of drinking. Drinking was everything that I did involved drinking. Everywhere I went, I drank. Didn't no matter what the activity was or what the occasion was, or it was an everyday thing. And man, that shit was bad, and it was also getting pretty expensive. And I was trying to start a family, so I think on this episode we really want to touch on how did our trajectory kind of change once you maybe kick the subject or kick the habit or whatever it has you. You guys all on the dope and tape gear. What up, Leon?
What's good, bro?
Oh, I hear you good now.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks. This is gonna be cool.
Anybody's got any questions in the comments, feel free to ask them. This is like going to be an open book.
Before Eric asked in the comments, I'm not sober, Eric. This isn't me. I'm not going to stop being your drinking buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a rough, let's say, 8 months. That was rough, and then I kind of got out of it, but I set some boundaries for myself. One of them is I don't have alcohol in the house. So I might have like a glass of wine or something, but my wife's very aware that we don't have any beer, we don't have any like liquor or anything like that. So like if I start drinking, wine a couple of times a night, to shut that off. Um, I don't want to go down that slippery slope.
That's awesome. Good for you. I tried doing that. Just didn't work. I tried all the little drinking tricks that everybody was doing, and I was always just ended up hammered somehow.
Yeah, like I went to golf. I went to go play golf over the weekend. I bought a lot of different kind of beers, and there was a lot left over, and I sent it home with my
Chris, what up?
friends.
What up, Chris? Thanks for joining us. Big Country, thank you for joining.
I gave a little teaser a couple episodes ago, but I always say it's so hard to build your name in this industry, and it's even harder to ever get it back.
It is.
That's why I'm here to talk, because I've killed my name in the industry just because I wanted to go out and party all the time. I
You're a
wouldn't call
fucking
myself an
piece of shit,
alcoholic,
bro.
but I was out drinking at the bars all the time, not showing up to work. So
Yeah, I don't know you like that, Tommy. We know you as as a savage fire sprinkler guy, fire alarm guy. Huh? Come on. So that
right,
That's not something that you have to be remembered as. You can change what you're remembered as. But what you're saying is right. It's a trust thing, right? It's very, very long and hard to earn trust, and it's easy to fuck it up. Kenneth, what up? Thanks for joining. Al, I only drink at the beach or at nights at the lake. Never been my thing, thank God. I think I got all my drinking out of the way in college. Woo, that's awesome. Yeah, I never like people would say, oh, "Let's go out for a beer," and it was always like, "All right, yeah, sure." That was just always the start of it.
Yeah,
Might
yeah,
have been
mine too.
just a
And
beer
then
for them.
we ended up in places we don't need to be at like 3 a.m. on a Wednesday.
The Viega shirt, huh? What are you up to, Ken? What are you up to, Leon? I don't know what to call you.
Yeah, everyone knows me as, even around here, people like start to, like, if they don't know me, they everyone just associates me with Kenko now.
Kenco.
Even if I go to like yeah, like a trade show, whatever. But I'm good, man. Like with me, I've like, cause you were like the first one that I started talking to about like just being open, like about recovery on social media, just because it's like I thought it would be like damaging almost. Talking about it, just because I feel like now it's just like I've been so far separated from it that in like a professional setting, I'm not really too open to talk about it too much. But I have this buddy Zach that he's just like open, and he'll talk about it with anybody, just anybody. And like the people that he told like about our past or whatever is like, just thought it was like super cool. But I mean, for me, it's like I don't really like it got to the point for me where it was like it's not really like a glory type thing. I'm not like shameful of it. I'm like really glad that like I experienced with what I experienced. But it got to the point with me where I didn't really have any like basic like human skills. I honestly didn't know fucking anything when I got sober. Like I didn't even know how to like do laundry or just do like normal people shit. I was just I started drinking probably like 12 or like 12, 13, and then by the end of it, by the time I was 21, it was like somehow I like ended up like like full blown like intravenous like heroin addict that I was on the verge of death, and I've been to like rehab plenty of times, being in jail, and it kind of got to the point where it was like, I was kind of okay. Like the sad thing is, like I was kind of okay. Like I accepted that I was either gonna, die or go to prison, and then I ended up somehow going to rehab in Austin, Texas, in 2016, and um, like I had like a powerful experience with it, and then I got sober. Then after being sober for like 2 years, I got into plumbing, and that was like obviously that was like that's been like the one of the highlights of me being sober, is getting into this trade and having a family or whatever. But before all this, it's like I don't know. I'm just like it's just crazy now because like I get I don't want to say like take things for granted. I think that that's like so cliche to say, but like just like the shit that I get stressed out over and everything. Like the reality of it is, for someone like me, is like I shouldn't honestly even be here. So when I start like worrying about like shit that in the grand scheme of things it doesn't fucking matter, just kind of is what it is.
Dude, I'm
So
happy you're still here. That's something crazy to actually come over
Yeah,
and
me too.
be. You should be proud of you. I'm proud of you. That's crazy. Good for
I'm
you, man.
proud of you too.
yeah, thank you.
That's well, people will say that alcohol is hard to kick. I think that it was, but I mean, man, I can only imagine what you had to go through to get to where you are now, man. I look up to you. I look up to you as a
Yeah,
creator on
same thing
Instagram.
here, man. Yeah,
You're like the top, like one of the top plumbing creators that
I
I
get
follow, bro.
it goes up and down though. Like that, like one day, like one week, I'll be like super pumped to post, dude. I don't even really like this whole last month. I haven't even really been spending like fucking any time doing like really trying to make like good content or anything. I'd like recycle. Like I get so many ideas just from you too of just like recycling stuff and doing like the short like
Well,
10 like 5 to 10,
new
20
followers
second
haven't
videos.
seen the old stuff. So, I mean, a lot of people, I would say
Exactly.
recycle. You go back and you post content from a year ago, half your following might have not have seen that. Daryl, what up?
Exactly.
Matt, I had to come to work to
Daryl
see
Sheets.
drug usage. I had to come to work to see drug use. What up, Daryl? Thanks for joining us. Daryl's on here. Dale don't miss. I was gonna say Tommy don't miss, but Tommy's right. Tommy's here.
Yeah.
I didn't get the first comment tonight.
No, yeah, you missed it. You missed it. And so, Chad, I think that, I mean, I know that we kind of linked up on through Instagram and maybe through Sprinkler Life, but like maybe one of them we really connected on was like one of my sober posts.
Yep. Hmm.
I remember that.
You know, I mean, and this is like that's the other thing that I'm grateful for is the platform. I just made a post right before this on Instagram, and it's like that platform really introduced me to all this. To all, everybody on here I met because of Instagram. You know,
Yep.
and when we were
Yeah.
kids, people were like, oh, they would say the internet was bad and don't be on Instagram. It has no value and this and that. Well, I mean, it's pretty valuable. I met a lot of
It's
good
pretty
people
valuable. Yeah.
through the app. You know,
Yeah, me
the
too,
champ.
man.
Oh shit, the
And I thought
champ.
that
Sorry,
like
the champ. My bad.
and when I went to my first expo, dude, and like obviously like all the other creators were there. And I thought these kids were gonna be like egotistical like pieces of shit, dude, but like 90% of them were actually like good, like genuine people that like I still that I still talk to all the time.
Yeah, man. That's most of them. Is they're good at the trade and they're good with a phone.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
that's all
right.
it takes, right? What's trending? JB,
Taylor
what up?
Swift.
Love you too, dog. Florencio, Daryl, hop on with these fine gentlemen. Yo, Flo, don't be inviting Daryl on here. And his name is the champ.
the,
Hmm.
the people's
Thanks
champ.
for joining us. Everybody hit the like button, please. If you got any questions for any of us, hit them up. You got any long outstanding questions you want to know? Long lost questions? You know,
When are we getting
maybe
Florencio
we'll
on
answer.
here?
Maybe we'll answer them. What'd you say?
When are we getting Florencio on here?
I
I got that
know.
question.
Let's
He's been
go, Flo.
ducking
Get
us
on here. I've
since
been
the
asking
beginning.
him. I don't want to be. I don't want to be annoying. He knows. He's got an invite. Come on whenever you want. Daryl says, "Who's the guy in the
Is
middle?" Come on, dog. You know Chad. That's my guy. How much weight
do
you
What's
think?
do
up,
How
all
much?
you
guys?
guys
What is it?
work together now?
No, just Chad. Just Chad and I.
Yeah, I left.
Yeah. It's Arco Brian now. Chris Dilday.
I'm up
Chad
in
is the man.
Syracuse
Hell yeah,
or
he
Rhode
is.
Island if Brian's talking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, you
Tommy's the
left
same.
again?
Huh?
Brian left already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. The ship docked for a second and I got off.
He found his next dream job.
Good.
Yeah, it really is my dream job.
My
So
care
I'm doing
package came from
national
Brian today,
sales
and it felt like
and
Christmas.
business development with Arco.
Are
JB
you
got his
hooking up
box
Bobby
today.
with some shit or what?
What is it?
I'm trying to hook him up.
Yeah, let's go. JB says he got his
Let's go.
package today. Right.
Awesome.
Felt like
I'm gonna
Christmas.
send JB another little package.
The Diamond Pusher is Chad's wrestling name. All right.
He's starting a little trend on
All right, the
Instagram
champ.
now.
Hell yeah, I
I was
see
at the
him.
gym today. I was
I
like,
see
maybe I
him.
should do a
Chad,
video.
Chad understands Instagram. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Just
I get
repeat.
it.
Just repeat. Be remembered for something. Yo, I like
That's
the song.
right.
I like that song Black Betty from Need for Speed. Remember the Need for Speed game we used to play? You used to be able to drift. Like I used to listen to Black Betty. That's a song that I like. So, boom, I just attach it with everything, and I guarantee if you hear that song, you think of me, right? There's no way you don't. Just be repetitive. That's all you got to do, kid. Brian, can you please explain your role at Arco? Hit him, Bri. That's
Yeah,
from
so
Flo.
basically it's whatever it takes. That's my role. But I'm doing national sales and business development as well. So I'm going around nationwide, meeting with contractors. We sell a lot to distributors, and Arco is trying to transition to saving guys money, saving guys as in contractors money by going direct. So I'm going around to meet with contractors and let them know what we can do and how much money I can save them, and that's kind of my role is developing the business a little bit more, getting some more sales, saving some more companies some money so everybody can get paid more.
Well done. Well said, Brian. I love questions. Ask more questions. That's the easiest way to do the show. If you guys ask questions, we answer them. Boom. Just took up a minute. Great question, Flo. Good answer, Bri. What else we got? Who else wants to talk? Who's got something to
Yo,
say?
I'll touch up on something, Bobby.
Let's go. Thank you.
So the biggest thing about our topic here tonight is when, a lot of the times people think that they have to come from a really troubled situation to have this significant problem. Like I had a hard time accepting that I had a drinking problem due to the fact that I came from a good home. I had a loving family. Like I had all these reasons to turn out good, right? And it's just, like the first time I went to rehab in 2021, I was looking around and I'm seeing doctors and I'm seeing people that are, respected in society as these put together people. And this thing doesn't discriminate. Like, don't feel like, like don't be embarrassed to have a problem with something. It's something that happens to everybody. So if you need one of us to talk to them. I think the best thing that ever happened to me was talking to a room full of strangers that knew nothing about me, and telling these experiences. And you think you have a crazy story, just go to an AA or an NA meeting. Yeah, I promise you'll hear plenty of crazy stories that you won't believe, but nothing's too crazy in those open environments. And I think it's important that everybody reaches out. And if you feel like you're having a moment where you're having a downtime, reach out to one of us. And we've gone through it. Our common denominator in all these people sitting here is that we were in a problem and we got out of it. And look, we all found each other through Instagram or whatever it may be. I think that common denominator is, we got our shit together and now we've all found each other because we're passionate about our job. We're passionate about our life. And I think it's, we're all sitting here as testimony to that. So
Hell
don't
yeah,
feel like
Chad.
yeah, don't feel embarrassed to have a problem. It happens to anybody.
Yeah, and I was for
agree.
years, 'cause it was a crazy problem. And I can touch on that AA thing. Is that I couldn't go. I couldn't go. When I got my
Really?
DUI, I had forced AA that I had to go to. And when I got my DUI in 2011, I didn't quit drinking until 2019. And I would leave that AA meeting and I would go drink because I
Hmm.
was I was in that meeting like, and I'd be looking around and I would be like, I have a minor drinking problem. I don't need to be in this meeting with these people. These people's stories were crazy. Like I wasn't paying attention, I don't so those AA meetings turned me away, and when I ended up finding the strength in my own to quit and realizing first you have to realize you have the problem, right?
Hmm.
That was the biggest thing. Is for many, many years I didn't have a problem because like Chad said, I had a good family, and like I was learning this trade. I was showing up every day. I was still progressing in my career. I wasn't missing work because of my habit. I might have been out drinking till 2 in the morning, but you bet your ass I was on the site the next day. How efficient I was, I mean, who can be the judge of that? I don't know, but I was still, um, I didn't have a problem because my excuse was always, I'm not missing work. Bills are paid. Like that's what I always used to say. So I figured I could get as fucked up as I wanted to get. And one thing that's for certain is that my career really took off once I put the bottle down. Once I
Well, I
stopped
think
chasing
Bobby,
that.
it's you wanted to change. You wanted something different. Like I went through AA classes, you name it. I got 4 DUIs on the record, like over the last
Whew.
15 years. It's I've got
Boom,
that, and
baby.
I've had all the classes in front of me.
Where
I've
the
had
fuck is Leon now?
all the good people in front of me. And it's I think everybody's like, "Oh, I'm doing it to get my kids back, or I'm doing it for my wife, or whatever your reason is." Until you do it for yourself, it never sticks. Like you have to do it for yourself.
You
You
have to
can't
do it
do
for
it for
yourself.
anybody.
That's the thing, because everyone around me wanted to quit, but I didn't quit until I wanted to quit. Leon, you got
Yep.
any Deweys, Leon?
What do you? I don't. That's what I mean. It's like when I got sober, dude. I didn't even have a fucking driver's license. Like I learned how to drive in like a company vehicle. They were like I had to like get my license, and when I got my license, I like completely won it with my wife's mom's car. She drove me to go take the driving test, and somehow I fucking passed it. Like my third time driving in my life.
Oh my
It's
God.
fucking
Wow.
crazy, dude. Yeah,
Holy
but
shit.
no, I got that's how I got sober was through 12-step program, and yeah, I mean, Chad said it. I mean, like I was in rehab. Like you see people from all like from every walk of life, and like I kind of had like this. I don't know if it like it just, but like there was like a couple things that like I just had to let go, just like comparing myself after being like because I was like getting to the point where I was like institutionalized, would like keep going to rehab. keep going to rehab, keep going to jail or whatever. I like had like this fucked up mentality that just had to like completely be smashed. That I was like, whatever. And I tried doing like the 12-step program like plenty of times, and it's like I'm not blaming it on anybody. I just felt like I was like getting like a really watered down message when I was going. And like just for me, like I needed to have like some sort of experience that was gonna like fill like that void that like drugs and alcohol did, because like for a long time the only time that like really life felt okay and where like I could breathe and like the world kind of seemed like an okay place is when I was like completely fucked up until like it until like pretty much it stopped working for me. And when it stopped working for me, I didn't really know what to do. But that's what I needed. I needed to have something that was going to be as powerful as that, as me like taking heroin or whatever, like pretty much sober. And that's with what I experienced with the rehab that I went in Texas. But like, I met like a bunch of cool people in recovery, like some famous people, like the sober house that I went to after that, like DMX was there, which is just fucking crazy. He was like one of the clients that was there. Then like I like one of the first AA meetings that I went to when I got back, I went to some actually it was in Charleston, Massachusetts, at some church in Boston, and like the speaker there was like Brandon Novak from like fucking Viva La Bam and Jackass, which is pretty cool. But like I don't know. Anyways, the point that I'm making, like the experience that I had, it was like it was like pretty clear cut and straight to the point. The person that kind of delivered the message for me with like the 12-step program was like actually like really close, tied in with like the co-founder of AA. So like the message that I got, it was like pretty clear cut and like it was like straight to the point. It's like because I like thought that like doing like 12-step recovery, like obviously it's like a lifelong thing, but like to get through like the meat and potatoes of it, it was like I thought that it was like it was going to take like 2 years. Of, like with like there's like this whole inventory writing process that like people made sound like it take forever, but you did it in like 2 weeks, and like I get to like really share like some dark stuff, like and I won't get into it on this like on this right here, but like with what separates the boys from the men, and this is what fucking like blew my fucking head off, dude, is like, and this is just how I see the world now, is like, and this like really like, because a lot of the things that like that I was like controlled by was like fear, and it was self-centered fear. It was like rare. It was mostly about like I cared way too much about with what like a stranger thought of me, or like with what you guys thought of me, or like or that like I wasn't good enough. But then like I sat down with some of these people, and these people were like telling me like some dark stuff. Like this one dude like said, he's like, yeah, when I was 5, and he, dude, it's like stop. Like I don't even know if this is like the place to say it, but this is like with what I tell people. It's like this one dude told me, and we laughed about it just because the way that he said it. Because I never left New England in my life at this point. Like I never like going to Texas was like going to a whole new fucking world, bro. And this dude sat down. He's like, when I was 5, my neighbor stuck his big old fat black dick in my mouth and fucking blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, holy shit, dude, what the fuck? And then this other dude's like, yeah, when I was X years old, is like I had sex with my sister. Then I'm like, dude, everybody's done like some shit, bro, that no one's proud of. So it like kind of alleviated that. I was like, dude, I'm really not like I'm really like I don't know. Yeah, like now everywhere I go, no matter who I talk to, I'm like, dude, this dude probably fucking banged his sister, dude. Who gives a fuck what this dude thinks about me at the end of the day? You know what I mean, dude? What the fuck? That was like it for me though, dude. That's me though. That's
Oh,
what
shit.
was it for me. And then I shared some of the like stuff that I didn't want anybody to know about me to this person, and that's where like I feel like I had like a deep, profound, because it like separated me from my ego and everything that I thought I knew, and I brought that back to New Hampshire, and like but I had to figure everything else out, like my whole living situation after that, but I ended up like obviously like having a family, like you get to start Kenco like last year and everything. It's just like crazy, and I'm not like saying that like to brag or whatever, but like that's what like some people like think. That's like the crazy thing about like social media. It's like that's like the thing is like I post some of this shit, and like I mean you get like really good comments, people reaching out to you and stuff, but like I
You
think
get
it's
some
like super
scum. You
weird when
get some
someone's
scumbags,
yeah,
huh?
yeah, it's like someone's like, oh, this is like super cringy, like this never happened or something. It's just weird. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
there's always some kind of hater
It's
on
like
there, man. I mean, I'm proud of you, dude.
yeah,
You're doing great. You came from the trenches literally, and I mean, you must be in your van right now with all the Milwaukee. I like to see red behind you. I'm glad that's not all
Yeah,
yellow stuff.
dude, or fucking rigid, dude. I'm saying it right here, dude. Rigid fucking anything, dude. Like his customer service fucking sucks dick, dude. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I just bought like a fucking $5,000 sewer camera, dude, and the thing broke. And I'm like, I called this dude to like fix it, and he's like, I'll give you to my repairman, and the repairman's like, that'll be $1,100, and I'm like, dude, if this was Milwaukee, dude, I could bring it to the supply house, and you guys would like, Milwaukee would gladly fix it. So yeah, Milwaukee's the shit, dude. Fuck everybody else,
I
dude.
fucking love
Straight
you.
up.
I love you. Oh shit, you heard it here first.
How
All
long
right,
is that
so
camera?
How old is it?
How long is it? Like, how long is the actual cord for the camera?
100 feet.
Oh, wow. That's a good, yeah.
It's
It's a long
a
one.
little longer than your spy
It's a
cam.
long and
Little longer than your spy cam, bro. Chill out.
Just a little bit. Let's not
So
talk much about it, okay?
Missed
All right?
opportunity. All right, we got a couple
It's
good
short.
comments. JB says, all I know is that Chad has great hair. And then
yep.
right after that, Daryl says, and I quote, how many push-ups can you do in a roll, Chad? In a roll?
In a roll.
I could do 50 diamonds consecutively in a row, easy peasy.
Come on, kid, let's go. If he paces, if he gets like in a good stance and paces,
That's
Mm-hmm.
repetition, bro.
that's a,
I
that's
mean,
I
when you
mean
do
that's
something every
out of
single day,
out of any question that we could post right now. Uh-oh, Tommy's like, fuck this.
Dude,
Out
Tommy,
of any
Tommy,
question
Tommy.
that you could ask right now, you ask about Chad's push-ups ability.
Dude, that's what happens every
Give us
time I
another
mention that.
question.
Dude, every time I mention that story about that dude and his sister, at least one person leaves every time.
Oh,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was his cue.
Yeah, you should have warned me about that. Oh, Tommy's back. No, Tommy's back. At
I
least one
know.
person leaves. It's all about
I should
perspective.
have.
I mean, I can weigh on that too. It's like what people think of you is none of your business, and that's something that I was
That's
told.
that's all I was
I
saying.
was told,
Yes.
yeah, you could have said it in a much more pleasant way, but um, so that was I was told that young basically is that what other people think of you is not your business. So that's that. You have to be able to just when I started posting on Instagram, man, there was nobody that was. I didn't have the community support and the wind in my sails. Like you guys have me up on this pedestal now, but like back then I was just posting for nobody. I was posting for myself. I had a couple friends that would like it. But they're not in the industry. They didn't even necessarily know what I was posting. I was just little
Right.
Bobby posting pictures of risers I was building. Tommy, what happened?
I don't know. I thought I was under attack by China. Like
Oh
everything just
shit! You
shut
just
down on
laughed.
me.
Oh my god, this episode's getting taken down.
Yeah, bro. But Bobby,
So
look at the way that it's got now. You know what I'm saying?
let,
Like there's a consistent group of people out there every day. The most consistent group of people ever reposting, resharing, asking questions. Like it's a movement. I like it.
Oh,
It's
Chris
cool
is here.
to be a part of it.
I just seen your
so
text,
let me.
Chris.
Do you get people now that like supported you in the beginning when you started posting? Do like people make fun of you as like being like an influencer or like content creator?
oh,
Uh,
me for sure. If I was doing,
Yeah.
posting about fire protection, they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, same.
What are
Like
you
at
doing?
at first, like even like my buddies would bust my balls. Like I would be, I would just post like you said, like it would be cringy, like a cringe video. It's just not like the right crowd wasn't finding it yet. They were
Right.
good
Yes.
videos, like they just weren't like amongst the right crowd. You know, um, but that was another thing. When I got sober, I was really able to focus and figure out like what the hell was popping off on Instagram, what I had to do to have people
Hmm.
find me, and how do I use this app as people are going viral. How the hell do I go viral? So I really didn't start looking into that shit until I put the bottle down. You
Right.
know?
Using some random fucking trending audio.
Yeah, random trending audio. That's it.
Yeah.
I
I
thought
figure
to,
we can kind of go around and tell a little bit of our story, um, how it happened, how we kind of started, and then how from
Okay.
starting how it developed into a big issue, and then how you got out of it, and how long you were struggling with this. Chad, would you want to go first and kind of tell your
Sure.
experience? And
Yeah. So I mean, I was really into sports. I was a football guy in high school that kind of took me to the next level and, gave me some opportunity to play college football and stuff. So that's really where my motivation was at that time. I mean, kids were drinking at school and stuff, but I was really just focused on the ball all the time, man. That was really my focus on everything. And then I went to college. You get out of high school. There's no adults around. There's no responsibility really. It's 75,000 kids thrown together, and I was just soaking up all that social life that happened. Going to the parties, doing it all. And it was recreational in the beginning. And I think it went hand in hand when I started using booze to really like handle my issues is when it became a problem. Bobby, he said he was a drinker every day. I was a binge drinker. So I didn't need to drink every day. It was once I got that warm sensation in your stomach from that first shot, then it's, 3 or 4 days later, I'm off and running, so it's not the same for everybody. There isn't a guideline for how you're supposed to do this. Some people need the 12-step program. I really just needed that first step of I'm powerless over this shit. It's like that. Okay, I can't get a grip on it. I tried to do what Bobby said, and I just started drinking beer, and then it just took longer to get drunk. Really, it was all it was. It was just slowed down the process. But I think once, like I got to a point where I knew it was a problem and I couldn't get a grip on it. And it was, waking up in jail that last time, February 21st of 2021, I got just over 3 years. So 1,151 days today, no booze,
Fuck yeah, bro.
Well,
For
so
you.
congratulations.
Fucking A.
it
Proud of
it's
you.
just like thank you, man. I appreciate it. But I wish it would have happened a little bit sooner than it did. I mean, I wish we all did, but if you look at the growth in all of us since we got our head on straight, like it's been nothing but onward and upward. Think about all the time you spent during those weekends where Bobby, you might have went to work every week, but on Monday you were recovering. On Tuesday, you were just getting your head back and you were nothing near what you are right now. It's like,
God,
okay, I only drank on the weekend, but 2 or 3 days
always
after that,
recovering.
there's
Like
always recovering. You're shaking. You feel
the
like you're
work day
eating
was like the
shitty.
recovering time, Like I would.
Yeah,
That was my only time I wasn't drinking. Like as soon as I got out, I'd start drinking again.
right.
It's bad,
But
man.
it's like everybody has some people need a 12-step program to do their, people need different things to handle their issues, but ultimately I think it's when I woke up in jail contemplating suicidal thoughts, like had enough, I was tired of waking up in jail and having all this opportunity in my life and not capitalizing on it. And everybody around me, the common denominator and the people that I was hanging out with was booze. If you look at the people that you guys were hanging out with when you were in the worst of your shit, they're doing the same thing they were doing. You can leave that where it is and it'll stay right there. It's
They'll
not
still
going
be there.
anywhere.
Yep.
It'll
Pick up right
still
where
be
you left
there.
off if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like the saying Brian says sometimes you put yourself in a room of 10 millionaires, you're going to be the 11th one. It's the
Yeah.
same thing with people that are up to no good. You keep surrounding yourself with that environment and you're going to turn into one of those people. This addiction, alcoholism, it doesn't discriminate at all. I think what like Leon was saying was, all these crazy stories that he's hearing are coming from people that he thought, he was in a different category, but really this shit does not care who you are and where you come from. So, I mean, it's ultimately when you make a decision yourself. 3 years ago, I made a decision for myself that I needed to do it. Like I'd been through rehab before, but this was the only time that it was like, I need to do this for me, not for getting out of a DUI, not for getting out of legal shit. Like I'm doing this because I need to. And ever since, it's been onward and upward. I mean, you guys have seen it. We're consistent. My life has been nothing but better since then. So,
Well, I'm happy you made
that's
that
what it is.
choice. I'm happy you did that. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Hell yeah, Michael.
That's right,
That's
100%.
a good one. Tommy, you wanna? I think we kind of already heard from Leon.
Yeah, I
What
figure
do you
we
got?
go
What do
in
you got for us,
order,
Tommy?
Tommy.
So my story, I don't know that I'd call myself an alcoholic. I was a partier. I got married really young, had a child really young, and then at 27, next thing I know, she up and left. Now I'm raising a 7-year-old on my own. So that spiral just started. Figured the only way to fix it was to pour booze on it, and then wouldn't be showing up to work, And it got to a point where they wouldn't even schedule me on Fridays because they knew Thursday night was Tom's party night. He's not coming in. Till the one
Well,
day when they came and took my truck. Woke up that morning, I'm like, shit, where's the company truck? They came and took it away and told me to come into the office. Everybody knows what that means. So,
Uh-oh.
but the worst part is I didn't straighten up after that. You think that'd be the wake up call? Nah, continued down the spiral. I was to a mom and pop sprinkler shop and barely getting 30 hours a week. One of my jobs in the morning was to drive all the guys that had DWIs to their job sites. They didn't really have a service department, so they were sticking me in installs, and that's just not my thing. So after that, Simplex came calling back. I started my career at Simplex and went back to them, and they were looking for guys. I started making money that I'd never made before. I'm like, shit, why don't I do this instead of not showing up to work? And big part of that was my girlfriend that I met now. Like, she's a nurse. She's one of those people that can just change your life. And I started just
That's
finding
awesome.
different things to do. And it's not that I don't drink anymore. I still love my drinks. At up to 1,300 different beers. So I like my drinks, but it's not a priority anymore.
That's good.
And I think back and it's just how I didn't. My friend says all the time, he goes, I fully expected to get a call that you were either in jail or you were dead every night.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, because I knew you were just going out and partying. And I can't believe that I put my parents and my friends through that, but I never had the wake up call of the DWI because I spent 15 years in the fire department. So I knew all the cops. So I thought I was untouchable because they'd give me a ride home. One time they made me park my truck and call my dad at 2 a.m. because they knew my dad from the fire department too.
Oh, that's worse than having to call the cops.
Oh, for sure.
Fuck.
Me and my drunk buddy in a gas station parking lot sitting on the curb waiting for dad.
Man, you
Wow.
never heard the end of that one.
If I had to pinpoint my wake up call, it was probably like the third time I got my power cut off at my house. So I had to send my daughter to go stay with my mom for the night. I only had her 50% of the time, and now I got to send her away because I'm embarrassed that my power got cut off. And it wasn't that I wasn't making money to pay it. I was taking that money and spending it on alcohol instead of spending it on priorities.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, that company is very big in my area. And I'm sure there's still people there that have that idea of me, but it's like Bobby says, what they think of me is their business.
It's their business, not yours, man. People change. You don't miss the bills now, do you, Tommy?
No, definitely not.
They notice that. They notice it. They're like, damn, look at him go.
I never could have imagined I'd be where I am right now.
Oh, shit. What do you got for us,
I
Bri?
definitely wouldn't be here anymore. I don't think a few of us. I don't think we'd be here if we didn't kick the problem. That's where I was headed.
Yeah,
You know,
For
it was
sure.
seemed like.
path
For
of
sure.
destruction for sure.
So I got divorced. I say I left at December 2020, and then I had been with her for 10 years, and then I have two sons, and I just felt like I had like I was leaving, like deserting my boys. Not really her, but the boys, and just being a terrible father, and like it started with I would have like anxiety attacks over that, and then I started going out, started partying, and it started just to be on the weekends. I didn't have the boys, and so I'll get them every other weekend, and then it started to be every single day, like every day. Thank goodness, man. I mean, we had Alex on here a couple of times. He was my apprentice then. Now he has a truck, full on foreman, inspector. But he would come into the house, and I was staying with my dad's house, and he would wake me up, get out of bed, get me to work. And there was a lot of times I'm still drunk at work in the truck, and he's over there doing inspections, and I'll just tell him to come get me if you need me. Like if we had something going on, that happened not all the time, but a lot. Enough to say a lot. I mean, it was rough, and it was just only drinking. And I'll go out every single night, try to find something that's going on in Atlanta. And I'll get home. If I made it home, there was a lot of nights I didn't even make it home at like, 3 a.m. Or I would make it home finally at 5, and then we would leave the house at 7. And this went on for about 8 months, 8 months straight. And
That's quite
I
the bender.
traveled a lot, dude. Yeah, and also like
How much did
I
that eight
think
months
it's
cost? How much did that 8 months cost you?
close to $20,000.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah,
And that's
close
like
to,
that's a
Bobby.
yeah, and
I
but you
spent that
but
at a
that's a
weekend in Vegas
functional,
one time.
yeah, a weekend in Vegas, yeah. But that was you also functioning, like you said. I mean, Alex might have been helping you,
Yeah.
but you were able to go to work, show up to work every day, and still spend 20 grand after work getting fucked up,
yeah, yeah. And I would
making
leave
bad
like on
choices.
Friday. On Friday
Just
during the summertime,
eat
I would
out.
leave. I would go to Pensacola, and there was some girls down there I'll go hang out with, stay with, and I would stay in Pensacola, and then I'll come back. I like I want to say I don't know,
Don't listen,
probably
Sarah.
yeah. Don't listen, Sarah. 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning from Pensacola, Florida. It's a 5 hour drive. Get back, meet Chad. Not Chad. Sorry,
Meet
Chad.
Chad, damn.
I'll meet Alex in the truck.
Oh
He would come pick
shit.
me up, and he would drive. And dude, it was rough. Now my wake up call, I don't know. It might have just been. I think uh, when uh, when Thanksgiving came around, and I was at my dad's house, and the family came over, and I went out the night before, and I had my boys, and I'm crazy, like hungover, like bad, not talking to anybody, just sitting on the couch, just trying to live and get through it. And then that's when I was like, all right, I need to do something. I picked up the book Living with a Seal, and ever since I read it probably 12 times now since then.
Dang girl.
And yeah, I know. It's just like my go-to book when I feel like I'm being lazy, or I'm slacking, or I'm slipping on something.
Fucking read
I
it up.
go back to that book. Yeah, I go back to that book, and it kind of gets me together. So I've been in combat sports since I was like 15, and always in fitness. And so during that 8 months, like I went to the gym maybe once a week if I could go, but like I lost weight, and it was just rough, man. It was rough. So I would say it was like just being embarrassed of being super hungover in front of a big Christian family, and just being, I wouldn't say they judged me, but like I judged myself.
Oh, they were judging you too.
Oh, for
Yeah, they
sure.
were.
I
They
mean, it's
say they're
just
not.
human. This
People,
is
they
human
say they
nature.
won't. It is human nature, and so now you're more of a selective. I mean, you weren't drinking
Yeah.
last time we
Yeah.
traveled.
So now, I mean, there's a lot of alcoholism in my family. My dad's sober from being an alcoholic. Um, and some other family members still drink, or have, and they're sober now. And so I just put rules. I will, and I made my wife very aware that I don't want to go down like a slope, because it's in my family. So I don't have any
Slippery.
alcohol in my house. It is. I don't have any alcohol in my house. Sometimes I like to perfect a certain kind of drink. Like I try to like make the perfect margarita, or make the perfect old fashioned. But once I get done with that, I get the alcohol out of my house, and I just write down the recipe. But normally, no, nothing. I went golfing last weekend, bought a bunch of beers for all of us to drink, and then there was probably 12 left over, and I sent it home with my friend. I was like, I can't take this home. When we go out, I'll
Drink
have a
them on the
couple of
way home,
drinks,
kid. Those
or
sound like road sodas,
yeah, yeah,
huh? If it was like a 25
yeah,
Bobby,
minute ride,
yeah,
them 12 beers are gone, kid. Come on.
yeah.
come
So
on.
it that's
I
kind of
was a
my
big
story.
driver. I would drink and drive.
Me
That was my
too.
big thing.
Give me the
I
keys.
think
I'm driving.
like my
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
coming
get a
up on
gas station beer. I'll get a gas station beer during that time. Never in the company vehicle, ever.
I'm coming up on what I'm coming up on 5 years. I quit. I guess
Wow.
I could start on my day. My rock bottom was my niece's birthday party, and For whatever reason, I didn't grab my own whiskey and I ended up drinking. I ended up drinking a handle of Sailor Jerry's, and this was like a 3 or 4 year old birthday party. And yeah, so that was the last time I drank. I went cold turkey the next day, and I had been drinking. I could casually drink Zimas at age 10. That's kind of where it started for me. And beer pong became a thing when I was in 8th grade, and I was the champion up until like sophomore year, and then I absolutely hated beer pong after that. Like once, and then like when everyone was actually in the college scene, when my friend group was in like the college scene, I wasn't into beer pong as much as I was when I was into middle school. And like this
Right.
shows you like how early I started drinking. Like when
Yo, shut up.
I graduated high school in 2008. I probably drank every single day until I quit. Now, I had a couple stints where I tried to quit, and I made it. Like one time, I made it 6 months. I did a bunch of times where I would make it 30 days. I did a bunch of like 30-day things to like I don't know what I was trying to prove, but I would go really hard after those 30 days. And I got a good DUI in 2011. Where I also had some other substances on me that I was able to get out the window before I actually got booked for the DUI. But you would have thought I had a wake-up call that day, and that wasn't the case. We were drinking like that next day, and just drank more. Right before I quit in 2019, I was when I did I quit for like 6 or 7 months, and then bachelor party threw me off. I drank for like another year. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess my big thing is that I would start getting that itch to drink like right after work. The way home, like before I hit the
Mm-hmm.
commute, I'm stopping at the Packy, and it wasn't just a road. It wasn't a road soda. It was usually I'd like to get a sleeve of blueberry nips, blueberry Smirnoff. I'd get a 10 pack of those babies, and I would probably get two 24-ounce blueberry twisted teas, and I grab a bottle of Jameson for the night. But I would be like pretty deep before I'd even get into my bottle of JMO between all the twisted teas, and that was the habit. Like in that right there, like that's like that's like 60, $70 right there.
Yeah.
And that was like pretty that was a pretty daily order that I would walk into the Packy. And I would be like talk about self-conscious and what people think of you, and I always live by I don't care what people think of me, but I'd still like go to a different Packy. Like I wouldn't go to the same place every day. I would switch off. I would go like to one guy and then to the next guy, so they didn't think that I was there every single day getting the same thing, and I also didn't want them to run out. But it's like
Right.
it was
Right.
strategic drinking, and also like I would get home from work and I would only have that bottle, and in my mind, like that's what I would want to appear. Like I would want my wife to think like maybe I was just starting, even though she wasn't dumb. Like I just had fucking 10 nips and two fucking huge twisted teas. Like I'm fucking shattered. And I was like, well, I'm walking in trying to pretend like I'm just starting. Or that was my big thing is like on big like weekends away when there'd be people away, like I would wake up at the crack ass of dawn because my brain was programmed. I would wake up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Everyone else would be sleeping, and I would have like 2 or 3 liters of Jameson hidden in the back of the fridge, and I would just grab that baby out and slug it, take a couple gulps of it, and that's like, and then I'd have to wait till everybody else would start drinking. Like on a big like 4th of July weekend when we were at like the lake house getting the boat, you have to wait till everyone like it's like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock when like normal people start drinking. And I'd have to be like hiding it that whole time. I'd be like shattered by the time 11 o'clock started. But every function, every event, and my favorite thing to do was go to Club Shrine with my buddy Kyle. And that's almost a 2 hour drive. And
Whoa.
talk about spending money. Like when I went to the club, I wouldn't be like fucking shoulder banging with all the idiots out there. I would get a VIP. It would just be me and my buddy, and we would get like 2 or 3 bottles, and we would sit at the sick table on the corner and just look at all the peasants out there shoulder bumping each other. You know?
Peasants? What the fuck?
That was it. And then dude, would be so shattered, and I would be and then I have to drive home 2 hours, like over state lines and everything, just like sideways.
Jeez. Just driving one
Talk
eye.
about spending 20 grand in a couple months. That's what I don't
I'm
know
glad
Man.
you're not doing that anymore,
how the
Bobby.
hell they charge you, and I don't even know. I would just swipe the card, buddy. It'd be like 5 G's. Just be two of us. We'd get like 3 bottles of Jameson, kid, and some ice and some Red Bulls. All of a sudden, you're swiping the card for like 4,500. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever. It looked
when I was
cool.
working at the
All
club,
right.
man, people would spend crazy amounts of money.
Looked cool. They'd have the fucking cold air popping down right on you, you know?
Some
It was
guys, when I was at the club, they couldn't pay. Yeah.
slide that card,
And you
Oh,
say,
baby.
that's
I'll come
Regret
back.
it.
fucking
They're like,
cringy,
I'll come
bro.
back tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow. I was like, all right, well, give me your phone and your wallet, and I'll see you tomorrow.
You regret it in the morning, man. You guys used to get in trouble? Like I was always the little guy in the friend group, and I would always be like, I had the big mouth. I'd get wicked banged up, and we were fighting. We were fighting that night, and I
I
was gonna
got
start it.
during that time, I got in two fights at two different one at a bar and then one at a club. Well, it was really my buddy at the club. My buddy he started it, and then and then the guy that he ended up fighting had like two other friends, and I was like, well, here we go. I was like, you know, we're doing this, And then the other one, I don't know, I guess his girl or whatever talked to me, and he got mad or whatever, and then we ended up
Fucking shooting the ones, kid.
finishing in front of what was it? Moondogs in Atlanta. Yeah.
I feel like we can say the good old days. Like people, they don't like a lot of people don't like fist fight anymore. I'm noticing. You either get shot or
No.
stabbed, bro. Like
Yeah.
we used to box on the
Shot or
sidewalk. Like
stabbed.
nobody got dirty, bro. Like if my guy and your guy were fighting, like cool. Like we're gonna let them fight until they go on the ground. Then we're gonna break them up. Like now it's just
Yeah.
like it's riot out there.
Especially in Atlanta, man. They pull guns out like it's nothing.
I'd also be wicked.
Like
I'd
nothing.
be super hammered, cross-eyed, and I'd be driving around in my Mustang. So one night particularly, I put the bar stools up and closed down Buffalo Wild Wings, and I just put a brand new set on Sally, and I just got enough power to where we could spin them in second gear, and so we were trying it out that night, and we were drinking liquid cocaine, and we could have potentially been doing real cocaine that night allegedly, and boy, did I put that baby second gear to the floor, and we did not have new tires the next day. And
Whoa.
I don't remember it, but I didn't crash, and I went around every light pole in the parking lot, and it was just like the dumb decisions, man. That was like where all the cops hung out was in that parking lot, and this was like a 2:30 in the morning event where I'm just like breathing lava, like just pull me over, doing crazy milky smoke shows across the entire parking lot, and then I just like pull into the garage, like the thing's just like smoking and ticking, rubber is just caked in there, brand new
That's
tires
fucked.
gone.
Brian, did you fuck the kid up at the club or what?
Yeah,
What
I
do you
did.
train? Do you train MMA, kickboxing?
So
Ken
I
tells the
did
story back.
I wrestled, I did jiu-jitsu, I had some MMA fights, I had some Muay Thai fights, but my big thing was boxing. I got 2 bronze medals at the Georgia Games, and then
Fuck yeah, bro.
for 2 years consecutive. Yeah. Well, I lost to the same guy both years, but
It
can't
happens.
You can't win them all, kid.
I know.
Hey, we should have a new series, Intervention, the Sprinkler World. Yo, Eric, I'm in for it. If there's someone
I'm
out
in
there
for it. Yeah,
if
for
there's
sure.
someone out there that has the balls to elect somebody that they think needs an intervention, like I don't know, I'll speak up. Like send them, let me know his name.
Let's all fly. Yeah, let's all fly out to him.
Fuck it. All right, that's a little. I was
I'm
just
with
thinking
it.
like a DM, but fuck it, we're flying out.
Yeah.
This is
Shit.
all gonna be
Golden
sponsored
Shelter
by
intervention
Kinko.
drone.
Let's go. I'm getting in the back of the Kenco van. He's like right near me, kid. Shotgun.
Yeah.
Brian can
It's
sit in the
fucking
back. I
crazy.
get a lawn chair.
We haven't met up yet, bro.
Yeah, we're going to. Definitely going to.
So then,
Dude, what's
I figured we
crazy
can
when
kind of go.
you were at the airport in Tennessee, right?
Yep.
I
was in
was
Tennessee. I think the same time you were.
Yeah.
last week. What you, Bobby?
That would have been pretty crazy if we'd link up in
Like 3 weeks
Tennessee.
ago.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks
3
Yeah,
ago.
because I
ago?
fly
Yeah.
when I go to Kentucky, I fly to Nashville. We got a job in South
Wow.
Kentucky. But you're just like
Fucking Trashville, bro.
I'm right here in northern central Mass. Like I'm 10 minutes from Mason, New Hampshire.
I don't know where that is.
Well, it's in the state that you
Mason.
live. Jeremy Box, I was a big time fighter when I was younger and drinking, but 10 drinks in, and I'm finding someone to throw hands with so bad. Yo, legit. I would just like poke the bear. I would just like find
So
someone to
how'd
just
you
like
beat
keep.
this kid up, Ryan? Did you take him to the ground or did you just fucking punch his head in?
No,
Was this
guys,
standing or did
listen.
you bring it to the ground?
Everybody, everybody kind of belittles and forgets about the mighty headbutt. That thing is real and it works. All
Hell
right.
yeah. Hell yeah.
And then also a quick tip on a headbutt. It's not back and then forward.
No, it's
It's
just
just
forward.
it's just forward.
It's just forward. That's it. And you better get him.
So
Don't
that's
get
what
him
you
with your
did, and
nose.
you
Don't
dropped him,
fucking
right?
get him with your
No,
nose.
you hit him in your
With your
forehead and
forehead,
his nose.
preferably in his nose. Yes.
So I
No.
headbutted him
Oh,
and then
someone's
I
doing
started
thumbs
to
up
punch him
again.
in the face. Yeah. It's me. So yeah, a
I don't fucking
headbutt and
know.
then some combinations to the face. That's pretty much that was it.
Boom.
Some combinations. That's
Leon
it,
loves
dude.
it.
You're
Look at.
fucking wild,
He's
bro.
excited.
Hey, do you watch UFC or
Look how
what?
close his face
I
is.
do. I do. I do. Some of the I mean, uh it was bad, man. I got pulled out of the
That's
I
fucking
love the
great.
fight. Always loved the fight. So I got
PTSD
pulled
from the
out
military fueled a
at
lot of my addictions. Damn, Chris.
and in
That's
high
deep.
school by the police department because I started a fight club within my school and we would meet after different places and stuff and it ended up being around 10 to 12 kids and we would fight for 2 minutes and that was the limit and then break it
Dude, that's
up and
fucking
a lot of
sick.
people got messed up and I'm the one who started it and they basically told me, hey, you either stop this or we're going to do criminal charges. My
Whew.
father was linked into that, and I got in a lot of trouble, and I ended up stopping.
Oh, I missed
This
some.
was my, geez, my fifth school I was at. There's no one else would take me. I went there for good behavior
You
from fighting
troublemaker,
because
huh?
I was in alternative school. Yeah, yeah. So
Did you have a night?
Fighting,
Did
bro.
you have
That's
a
fucking
charming?
sick.
Did you have a charming Georgia accent at one point, and you just been punched in the nose so many times it's gone?
I'm sure. Well, my nose has been broken a lot. I really
Sometimes
need
I can
to.
hear that accent, but it's just so hidden because your nose don't work.
I need to. No, it doesn't work. I need to get it fixed.
And then you'll have an
Maybe I
accent,
think
you
in a
think?
couple years I'll get it fixed,
Dude,
huh?
if you get your nose fixed and all of a sudden like you sound like you're from Georgia, that'd be so fucking rad. Huh? Just like boom,
Yeah,
clear it out. Buddy's got an accent.
I would love, dude. I would love to get it fixed. We're planning on it. Maybe in a couple years
I love that. I
or
missed a
next
couple
year,
comments.
get
So
it fixed.
So the champ says he used to drink a lot to cope with finding his father dead and learning with his disability and ashamed of it and people picking on him because of it. Damn, Daryl.
Hmm.
Sorry you had to go through that, brother.
Yeah,
You know we're here for
yeah.
you.
Bullying is real, man. You
Hell
know,
yeah. It's just not cool. I mean,
Wait, what
a
was it?
lot of us
What was
talk
his
shit.
comment? What did Daryl just say?
He just he drank a lot to cope with a lot of bad things and being ashamed
With
of
his
people
dad
picking
or
on him.
whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raymond, thank you for being here. We're glad you're here. Russell, appreciate you for watching.
Russell Wilson.
Carlos says, fire sprinkler saved my life and it wasn't a fire. Me too, man. Eric, Brian, what weight class did you fight in? Oh, he was like
a
in
welterweight,
175, bro.
he was
He's
in
a welterweight.
welterweight.
yeah,
I was small.
he was in 130. The 130 class.
175.
If you go by weight, it was 145, and
Oh,
then
really?
when I
Damn.
turned 18, I went up to 155. But
Damn.
now I'm like 220. So
You haven't weighed
a
155
bit
since you
different.
were fucking that age.
I know. Well, I would cut weight. So I would cut weight to 155, and then after rehydration, it was like 175.
So if you were fighting professionally, would you would you do a stand up game or would you take him to the ground?
So I fought some MMA fights, and I had trouble kind of putting it all together. But I did have a couple of pro fights with boxing, and
Curveball.
I fought at 145.
Let's start a
That's
GoFundMe for
fucking
Brian's
sick, bro.
nose. Jeremy says we could fucking do that. I think you can. I think you could fucking send it right here. This thing was asking me about gifts, but I don't know. Is there a spot for you guys to send a gift in the chat? I don't even know.
You need
I
to
don't
set
even
that
I'm
up.
know.
planning to go get it fixed in Colombia.
This thing had like a gift alert or
It
something
says
that I
cheaper.
added.
Damn, I just talked to someone and they said that they were going to go out of the country to get like a hair transplant or something.
Let's
Or
Yeah,
some
go.
that's
sort of
Well,
not.
I got a buddy
surgery.
That's
that's doing
like
that.
I forget where they go, but they all go to the same place,
I heard
same
if you go to
country.
Colombia, you don't come back.
I'm
Oh,
cool with that. from everything I've seen.
Well, I don't think he's talking about the same not come back you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've tried some
Well,
Colombian stuff on my nose, but I don't think it's the same.
Yeah.
as
That's the good
before.
shit, kid. Come on. Oh, we can raise enough money to get him a full nose job. We probably could. Let's do it.
yeah.
Start it,
Is your nose
Jeremy.
that
My
bad,
sister
dude?
says I need
Your
one.
nose doesn't even look. Your nose looks
Bro,
normal.
have you ever heard anybody from Georgia?
Yeah.
From
You're
Jorge?
not a
here.
world traveler
From
yet, but if
Georgia?
you ever go to Georgia and you meet someone who's born and raised and lives in Georgia, he doesn't sound like it. He sounds like an imposter.
Yeah. Everybody asks where I'm from.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like the accent's blocked.
Because of his
Yeah. I
nose?
just tell them
The
my
Georgia
dad's Irish,
accent
my
comes
mom's
from the
Scandinavian.
nose,
This is
huh?
what you get. And they're like, oh, okay.
Who knew? The
Comes
Georgia
from the
accent.
nose.
The Georgia accent is all nostril. I didn't know that. I just learned that right now. I just processed that in my mind.
Yeah.
The Georgia accent's all nostril, right?
I wonder if it would change. Maybe like when I get it fixed. It'll be a little clearer.
Hell yeah. Chad, keep it together, Chad.
Yeah, I am.
Love it.
I mean, what if Brian's nose gets fixed and he starts talking like he's from Boston?
Well,
Yeah.
at least then he'll get some views.
Get some views.
I'm just fucking kidding, kid. Sounds like he's from Idaho. Idaho? Okay. I know some. I know it's
I
where I
don't know.
get
I
my.
just came back from Arkansas and I don't sound like those guys. Not even close.
Not even close. Idaho. You know, if I'm gonna get a potato, I'll be looking for some Idaho potatoes. I know that. That's all that I know that comes from Idaho. It's the
We gotta. We
No, I
gotta.
think
potatoes I like.
We have an event in Manchester, New Hampshire at Combat Zone 84, bro. We need to get you on the main card.
yeah.
Yeah?
So what was it?
Is that
It
serious?
was a while ago.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. It was this year.
Damn,
We
let's
should. We
go.
I
should
got a
meet up there,
call.
Bobby. Let's
Chad will be
go.
in your corner. We'll train you up,
Yeah.
dog.
I got a call from one of my
I'd love to see
coaches
Brian
and
cut.
and I went out there. He had a 185er getting ready to fight a southpaw because I'm a southpaw, and I went in there and started sparring him. And while I was fresh, I was winning. Like this kid, he couldn't keep up. But then second round, I would say middle of the second round, I had to take a knee. Like my cardio is not fight cardio, bro.
Oh, it's because you need a
I
new
took a knee.
nose,
And I was
bro.
like, I'm done.
It's
I
because of your
can't.
nose,
Because you
bro.
can't
You
breathe.
can't breathe
Yeah.
right,
Dude.
dude. No, I know someone that just got their nose done because of their
That's
cardio,
fucking
dude.
awesome.
We do.
Love
We do
it. Some
Calvin
sober
Cater's
gophers, kid.
Combat Zone. We walk the fighters out and we set the cage up and everything.
Oh, it's
Oh,
real?
that's cool.
I want to go. What are you eating, kid? Is that banana bread?
It is banana bread.
I
And
know. I
yes,
know someone who makes some good banana bread.
It's in like 3 weeks, Bobby. Come on, let's go.
Text me the Addy, dog. I want some
I
banana
will.
bread though. Like, damn, now I gotta go get some. Making me
From
hungry,
Market
dog.
Basket,
I gotta
bro.
get some of that Bell's banana bread. Straight
Yeah,
out
it's
of
Yeesh.
banana
Straight
bread.
out of
I
St.
still haven't had
Augustine.
any, man.
It's gonna start shipping out. You gotta hit the website.
So I figured
That's
we would
right.
go around kind of the same way and then discuss how our life is now
Mm.
without the alcohol, without the drugs, and kind of how
Boom,
it
and
is
make it
now.
quick because the show's over, motherfuckers.
So Chad,
It is.
would you do that for us? Kind of just
Yeah.
talk about how your life is now, what you do. I mean, I know you work out, and how's it changed?
I think it's just consistency. Like I mean, we had our jobs and we were functional when we were doing our things when we were drinking, but we were like super inconsistent in our accountability. Nobody's going to call us for anything. Like we were hit or miss, like loose cannons. Like my favorite quote I've ever heard is the relationship with yourself sets the tone with every relationship in your life. So if you're not the best version of yourself, you're not going to be the best father, the best friend, the best brother, whatever it is. It starts with yourself. And I think once I made that decision to get my shit together, it's just been all upwards from there, man. Like you got to make the decision yourself. And the product of it now has just been success and winning. All it is winning now. The rest is
Yeah.
just repetitive. It's just getting your mind in the game, getting yourself right.
Man, we're gonna get
Well said,
we can
man.
get like screen grabs of Chad, like it's like Goggins. It's like when Goggins talks, it's just like It just
Stay
sounds
hard,
good.
motherfucker.
Just sounds good, you know? That was good. Thank you, Chad. Thanks for that, Chad.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What do you got? What do you
Thanks for
got,
having
Leon?
me, guys.
Hey, Leon,
Fuck yeah, bro.
will you tell us?
What are you gonna
How's your
tell us on
life
the way
now?
out, kid?
Oh,
Talk
so,
to someone that was like you back in the day, and what should they do differently?
dude, I mean, for me, dude, like life, the life that I live is like I said, I shouldn't even fucking be alive right now. But I feel like if any of us or like any of us like can do this, like anybody can do it. Like you know, like dude, like I fucking like I didn't have like any family when I got sober. I didn't have like any fucking life skills when I got sober. Like I said, I didn't know how to do laundry. Everything I owned like fit in a backpack. I had a blood infection in my left leg. Like I already like overdosed a bunch of times. Been to jail, rehab. I said, I already said all that. But you know, like Chad was saying, if you like adopt like a new life and you live by that, you stay consistent with it, you be disciplined. Obviously there's always like room for improvement. Like with me, I gotta like look at like physical fitness and shit like that. But that's besides the point. If you stay determined and you show up and you do with what you say you're gonna do, stick to your principles or whatever. I mean, I guess like I said, like shit just like got better and it got better fast. But like when I got sober, dude, it wasn't like an easy thing. I think that's like a lot of things that like people think that like I'm just speaking from my experience. It's like, when I got sober, I was on probation. I had like this thing with like my son that I had to fucking figure out. It's like a lot of shit, dude. I had to like figure my shit out, and opportunities presented itself, and I acted on it, and like it's like completely like night and day from like where I was then to where I am now, because I was like almost 8 years ago, and now like I'm trying to like build a business that hopefully that can grow. I got a family, and like I'm just like learning like new shit, like I don't know, like the people that I used to associate with then, as opposed to now, it's like, now we're like meeting with like financial people, like learning about taxes, like actually planning for like my family's future, like putting money away and shit. Just crazy, but yeah, I mean, for me, it was like a lot of spiritual growth is where it came from for me. That was like my foundation. And that's with like with what separated me from like my ego and my selfishness, because that's with what I found that was like the root of my problem, is that like no matter where like I went, it was like I was always there. You could fucking throw me in Alaska, I'm like still the same fucking piece of shit if I don't, I'm not like living by principle or whatever. And I'm gonna inevitably like do the same thing over and over again. But yeah, um yeah, I don't really know.
Now you're
That's
learning the
really
ins and outs of Disneyland, dude. I see you. You're a good
that
dad.
too.
Keep on taking your kids to Disney World, huh?
That's
How many times you gonna go in 1 year, bud?
four. I'll be
Fuck you
going four
doing,
times
dude?
this year.
4 times? You must still love it. Disneyland now, I have to like put a limit. Like that's every other year, man. It's fucking place.
It's
Whew.
expensive, and,
I
and the
used
see
to
you.
limit
take my
is going
boys
on.
every 5 years. We go every 5 years.
Yeah, I
Just
gotta do.
fucking dude. My children have been like by
I
in
see it.
December.
Like
It'll be our fourth time going. Yeah.
every 2 months, you're in Disneyland again. I see you, dog. You're navigating, huh? You know ins and out. What's up, Tommy? You got a final farewell for everybody?
Give everybody this. Like, I cannot believe how much better my life
Uh
has
oh.
gotten.
Hey, Tommy, we can't really hear you.
What happened?
Thanos just did the fucking snap
Yeah, I
his
heard
gauntlet,
something.
dude.
There
We're
you
all
go.
gonna
He just
die,
went down like a little wormhole.
Can you hear me now?
You guys got
dude.
me?
The Infinity Stones.
Are you underwater, Tommy?
I might be. Shit.
All right,
That's what it sounds like.
I could barely hear him.
Tommy just smoked an Infinity Stone, bro.
Yeah, what was that gong noise? And then he just eliminated, huh? All right, are you there?
I think I'm here.
Oh my gosh. All
Hey,
right.
you're back.
Just checking in
Let's
from
go,
the
baby.
moon. All right, hit us with it. What?
Ah, all right. So, yeah, man, I can't believe how much better my life has gotten getting away from the partying. And I don't know what I could say to make you understand it if you're going through that right now. But I mean, you probably look at my life as boring. I mean, I'm at home. I got a 4-year-old son. I got a 21-year-old college graduate daughter, great girlfriend, and a killer job, like a dream job in the fire protection world. And there's one common denominator on that. You got to pull your head out of your ass. And I couldn't understand people that didn't want to do better for themselves, but I was that person. And now I just want to keep on doing better for myself.
Well said. Your
Glad you're
mic
here,
your
Tommy.
mic came back perfect
I'm glad
timing.
you're
It
here
still
too.
sounds like you're on the moon, but we heard you. We heard you loud and clear. Love you, dog. Thanks for fucking coming on. Tommy's first comment almost every episode. I think every episode.
Fuck yeah, bro.
What do you got for us,
Yeah,
Bry?
we appreciate you.
Hit him with something quick.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my life has been since then. I mean, no more anxiety attacks. I don't know if y'all have ever had that, but man, when I was doing that, that sucked for those 8 months. Just because when I was drinking, when I was partying, I was just trying to escape. Um, leaving my boys and that pain and trying to navigate this and trying to figure out what's going on and who I am and all that stuff. And now, I mean, I went back to just being me. Um, the book that I read that really got me through, like I was like, okay, this is me. Not really connected to the book, but it got me thinking. Cameron Haynes has a book that I read, and it really changed my perspective on myself. I'll get you the name of it right now. It's called Endure by Cameron Haynes. I read that book. I think I read it twice, and it really kind of changed my thinking. Just be true to myself, and what does that look like? So I'm still getting up 5 a.m., going to work out. I'm eating good. I'm still reading. I'm learning Spanish. I'm married again. I mean, with an incredible woman. Um, I mean, like I have my dream job. I found Bobby. Me and him both started this dope and tape show, and we met all you guys, which has been incredible. We have another business, and my wife started a business, and we're navigating that. Like you said, learning about taxes, putting money away, looking for the future. As far as my relationship with my boys, it's been better than it has ever been, ever. I mean, it's incredible. I don't get to see him as much, which what hurts. It hurts a lot. I don't know if
Mm.
any of you guys are in the situation where you see him like every other weekend, but bro, every time I drop them off, it gets me. And then I got an hour ride home to think about it. And that is probably, I'll be for sure now. I mean, still just the hardest part of my entire life, dealing with that,
That
dropping them
takes
off and
strength,
then
brother.
driving home.
Yeah.
But I mean, outside of that, our relationship is incredible. Me and my son, he's 14, my oldest son, we text every day, every single day. And he texts me, he's 14, texting his dad, "What's up, dad? What you doing?" Like every day. And we hang out and it's incredible. I mean, my youngest boy, I mean, we had the relationship. It's a good relationship, but I mean, he's 7, so it's not as deep as a 14-year-old, of course. Um, but my life is way better. And then, when you're drinking and you're doing that, you're just trying to, as hard, that feeling is just so hard to explain. Like after that night of drinking, and then you're just kind of going about your day before you go and drink some more, I don't think you can really put that into words. It's rough. And I'm so glad I'm done with that.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
yeah, bro.
Hell
I,
yeah.
I just want to say one more thing, dude. Like the social media stuff is cool and everything, but like I really respect and like I want to like I like fuck like posting like the viral videos or whatever. I think like the coolest shit is when we get to use it and like actually talk about some real shit that's actually gonna fucking help people. Because like the coolest thing that I've got to that I've been able to do was like I was like given the purpose to like help other people that's like fucking gone through this shit because we're the people that like found something that worked and like we have like results that we can actually like physically fucking show people of like
Hmm.
this is like what this is what I did, this is what worked for me,
It's
and
possible.
fucking yeah, exactly, and that is
It's
possible.
possible. No, I agree with you, and I get a lot of good feedback when I share these like more vulnerable type of things rather than like the cliche viral video like you're speaking of. This is where I really find the people that are like, "Damn, man, a lot of people tell me that they've been inspired to try to quit, and I guess I could, if it's my turn now, I guess the takeaway from this is it's like what other people think of you is none of your damn business. So don't worry about what other people think of you. You have to just do you and stay true to yourself. And also that I found, and something that I didn't think was possible is that I can still enjoy my time sober. And so
Yeah.
I thought like if I was fishing, I had to be drunk. If I'm on a plane traveling, I had to be drunk. If I'm on an island, if I'm driving, if I'm four-wheeling, if I'm playing video games, no matter what I was doing, I had to be drunk. I thought that was the best way to enjoy it. But I've come to realize that you can be happy and you can enjoy yourself without it. It's possible once you get through. And it's rough at first, I quit cold turkey,
Mhm.
and I don't know if that's the best advice to give anybody. And I know there's a lot of bad things, but it worked for me. And another thing that worked was just letting everybody know, like I find myself as a man of my word, and I had never openly told everybody I'm never gonna have a drink again. And so, big thing for me when I first quit is that I told everyone around me, and I told my social media I'm never gonna drink again. And I'm just trying to stay true to that because I said it, and I'm gonna stay true to it. And and my life just gotten 10 times better. I have a 2-year-old daughter, I have a 7-year-old son, and I don't want them to remember me as the drunk dad. I was I was
Fuck
pushing
no.
I was pushing 200 pounds. I know it's tough for people to believe because I walk around at 155 now with Brian's little skinny jeans on, but
Yeah.
it's I was a big boy. Like I had like my
Judy, bro.
my neck and like everything. Like my pants were 6 sizes bigger. So
Wow.
I lost a lot of weight because I was eating the calories like we talk about. I would cure my hangover with food. I would wake up and eat whatever it took to not feel like that, so I could make it to lunch, so I could start drinking again. JMO neat, baby. Two JMO neats, two Miller Lights. That's what I was getting at lunch for a long time. For many years, I'd walk in at
Jeez.
lunchtime,
Oh my
and
goodness.
this is it's bad to advertise, but this was during work, man. This was two JMO neats, two Miller Lights, and and then back on my lift I went.
Back on my list. I
And then
went.
we would, and then the shift would end, and I would hit the packy, and we'd be on our way home. And brother, like that was the lifestyle. It cost me $100 to get back home. Like by the time I paid for gas, parking, food, booze, and got back to the crib, I'd spend $100 just to go to work every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I mean,
fucked
as
up,
far
dude.
as spending money for all of us, we spent ridiculous amounts of money with
So
what we were doing.
that's a huge factor in itself.
I might have you guys beat on that fishing in Alaska.
Oh
We
yeah,
won't go
you
down
getting
those
them big lump
stories, but
sums, right? Give us the biggest money spent in one sitting, Chad. One weekend. What was it?
I did 2 trips in a row, so almost 2 months of fishing, and I came back and blew it all the first weekend.
You blew all
First
what?
Whoa.
weekend, it was more than $20,000.
Yeah, one weekend. That's a damn good
When
weekend.
I in
That's a
2015,
damn good
Fuck, I wish
2000,
I was there, Chad.
2015, I made 150K at 2016, and I blew all that shit. I made it in 7 months, and I blew all that shit. I don't have anything to show for it for that year. Just a lot of piss down the drain is what it is.
Some
It's crazy.
fucking nice hotel rooms and some good meals and a lot of booze, Bobby.
A lot of booze.
Big booty Judy and Bobby.
Yo, so
Let's go.
seriously, Bobby, we gotta go to the combat zone because I think the coolest thing about it, I did it like the last time, and the whole Brunt team's there. They sponsor the whole thing. Like everybody
Oh
from the
fuck yeah.
social
Oh, is
media
this
is
the
there.
garage? Is this the garage you're talking about?
Uh, the the MMA promotion.
Okay, let's text after this. I think I have your number. I'm gonna text you. If not, I don't want to be on
All right.
Instagram DM, and I want to text you. I know the Brunt thing in like Burlington, or it's north of me in Mass, and they do something every Thursday. I want to try to make it to that at like the garage. There's like a
Oh,
Brunt
I didn't know
garage.
that. Really?
Yeah, let's text after this. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. If anybody, if you or somebody you know is suffering from a substance abuse or alcohol problem or any type of problem, any type of issue in your life, and you need someone to turn to, and you feel you don't have anybody, you're welcome to reach out to anybody here. My DMs are always open. I respond to them at least every night. I don't miss any of them unless they're like the weird ones that are in the requests where they're, those some of them are weird. I have to delete, but I
The
I, I respond to all the real people, not the body counts.
Indians, bro.
Yeah, there's some weird ones in that request. Like, um,
Africans.
yeah, well, no, it's like I think it's fake. It's people pretending to be chicks, is what I think it is. But
Oh right.
um, anyways, thank you guys
People
for
fall for
joining
that
us
shit,
on
bro.
this abnormal episode. If you could hit the like button on the way out, and if you want to tell somebody about us, we really appreciate it. The subscribers are going up. We got 1,070, and that's it. We're on onward and upward, and we're here for you if you need us. That's it. Dope and tape out.
Thank you guys.